So Home Alone has been a classic Christmas movie for over 30 years, and there is a dark conspiracy hidden beneath the crust of this award-winning film. Trust me when I say this, you are risking your childhood by watching this, and there is still time to leave the video. I believe that Harry and Marv are in cahoots with two members of the McCallister family to murder Kevin, and I'm willing to prove it. This is the Mastermind Assassination theory. Every Christmas Eve, me and my family love to celebrate by making gingerbread men along with a warm cup of hot chocolate and turn on the TV to watch Home Alone. If I count the total time I've watched the two movies, it would be about 30 times, which tells you guys how much I love Home Alone. But just like SpongeBob, Home Alone also comes with its dark conspiracies to ruin your childhood. But if you guys enjoy crushing your childhood, be my guest, let's dive in. In Home Alone 1, Kevin McCallister raised a tantrum because of Buzz eating his cheese pizza.
They get the kind of traveler's checks that don't work in France.
Did anyone order me a plain cheese?
Get a plate!
He destroyed the piece and spilled milk over everyone's boarding pass. Then something really strange happens. Peter specifically threw Kevin's boarding pass and passport in the trash when everyone else's passport and boarding pass got wet. Peter clearly did this on purpose, and I believe he set up Kevin for failure because of the trouble he causes to the family. For example, Kevin used Peter's new fish hooks to make Christmas tree ornaments.
I was making ornaments out of fish hooks.
My new fish hooks?
I can make ornaments out of the old ones with dry worm guts stuck on them.
And if you're not convinced, then how on earth did someone allow a phony police officer in the house without a warrant or authentic badge? Peter didn't even question Harry and acted really sus around, as if they knew each other. Not to mention, unlike Kate, Peter did not seem worried after Kevin went missing. In the second movie, something really dark happened. In the airport, Peter ran away to the plane, leaving Kevin confused and left alone. Knowing what happened the year before, not only did Kevin get lost, but also followed a strange man wearing the exact same outfit as Peter.
Got any kind of clothes? Yes, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Dad, wait up!
I'm no rocket scientist, but I believe that Peter hired a man to wear the exact same outfit and lead Kevin to the wrong flight. And thinking how rich the McCallisters are with their huge mansion, it makes sense that Peter had the money to pay for a stranger's flight to New York just to send Kevin into misery. Hear me out when I say this, that we only scratched the surface of how dark Home Alone is. Although Kevin's dad is a jerk by setting Kevin up for missing all his trips, there's also a player too. I believe Frank McCallister is in cahoots with Peter and the Wet Bandits. If there's three things you need to know about Frank McCallister, he's a cheapskate that mooches off other people's wealth.
You'd better not wreck my trip, you little sourpuss. Your dad's paying good money for it.
And envies his younger brother's wealth and is overall a jerk.
He knows I ate sausage and olives and
Look what
onions
you did, you little jerk!
Uncle Frank has no emotions towards his family, including his kids, brother, and nephew. I mean, the only reason he's here is for a free trip to Paris that Peter is paying for.
Okay, our McCallister's in the first band, the other McCallister's in the second band.
I know I shouldn't complain about a free trip, but geez, you guys give the worst gall-darn wake-up call.
This clearly suggests that Peter is the more successful brother and Frank is just a disappointment. I believe that not only is Frank teaming up with Peter to murder Kevin, but also planning to ditch Peter after Kevin's death and take over the house. This seems like a mastermind plan since the McCallister house is the best looking one in the neighborhood. In Home Alone 1990, the power went out in the whole neighborhood due to a storm. At least that's what it looked like. I bet my whole life savings that Uncle Frank cut the power so that the alarms wouldn't go off, and if you don't believe me, I have something to convince you. The night before the trip, Fuller asked his dad. Frank said early.
Early. We're leaving the house at 8 a.m. on the button.
Remember the neighbor's boy that came to say goodbye? Well, I believe Frank probably hired him to mess up the head count and confuse the driver, causing Kate to forget about Kevin.
Do you know the McCallisters are going to France? Do these vans get good gas mileage? How fast does this thing go? Does it have four-wheel drive?
7, 8, 9, 10.
When Kevin's mom was worried about leaving him alone, Frank said, "If it makes you feel better, I left my reading glasses at home."
If it makes you feel any better, I forgot my reading glasses.
It really makes no sense that Frank would compare an 8-year-old with reading glasses, which is very immature. You gotta believe that Frank is clearly confusing everyone and acting innocent. Uncle Frank might have made a deal with the wet bandits to first kill Kevin, then kill Peter. Then transferred the property, and in exchange they get the valuable items found inside the house. When Kevin went to New York and found the wet bandits, I could not believe how big of a coincidence it was. Now that I think about it, it may have not been a coincidence, but was planned by Frank McCallister himself, who broke them out of prison and told them Kevin was in Manhattan. Remember the hotel agents from Home Alone 2? I believe Uncle Frank hired them to spy on Kevin and follow them around so Harry and Marv could find them. As you saw in the movie, when Kevin escaped the hotel, Harry and Marv were waiting outside the hotel, prepared to catch Kevin with glue.
Come to Papa.
Now, a lot of you guys are gonna tell me that Kevin went to the hotel randomly and there's no way Peter and Frank would have known about this, but I have something to show you. When Kevin was sitting in his room, the Plaza Hotel advertisement was randomly on the TV when Kevin recorded it.
Guests of the new celebrity Ding Dang Dong stay at the world-renowned Plaza Hotel, New York's most exciting hotel experience.
Maybe Peter and Frank are in some way connected with the television broadcasting channels to specifically put the hotel ad to steer him to going to the hotel. Remember the man that wore the exact same clothes as Peter? Well, his job was to lead Kevin to New York City, where he's gonna meet the wet bandits and get killed. This is truly shocking. This also explains why Peter McCallister gave Kevin his wallet, including the credit card that actually worked without security blocks. This proves that Peter and Frank McCallister are connected with Harry and Marv, the TV broadcasters, and hotel agents to end the life of the 8-year-old. The case is closed. And that's the Mastermind Assassination theory. I can't believe the movie Home Alone captured a dark side, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. We finally revealed the truth of who hired Harry and Marv to kill Kevin McCallister. I gotta say, this is the darkest theory I ever made on this channel, cause an uncle and a dad attempting to kill a child at any cost is scary as hell. Thankfully, Kevin defeated the wet bandits with all those deadly traps. I can only imagine how sad the movie would be if they killed off Kevin. Not something everyone would watch on Christmas Eve. With that being said, Merry Christmas, guys. Please check out my other theories where I uncover the meaning behind a character and an episode. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to never miss another theory.